Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a sort of like sunny beach tourist guide, travel guide, just a bit of information about how we found it, especially traveling with kids, with our 1-year-old daughter. We recently went away our holidays to Sunny Beach. We went away for a week. We're a family of 3. I've got my husband and my 1-year-old daughter. Me and my husband had been to Sunny Beach before. We stayed in my auntie's apartment and we just thought it was the perfect location to take Olivia, with the pool and the beaches, but you know, having the sort of like nightlife, restaurants, bars, things like that quite close at hand, so we could have like a late night but not too late, sort of get a taste for a bit of fun, something different. And also some sun. We definitely wanted the sun. Living in Scotland, it's nice to get away, enjoy some proper sunshine for a continuous amount of time. I'd go a bit into what Sunny Beach is like and sort of talk about the main sort of points and give you some hints and tips. If you have any questions, just pop them in the comments below and I'll try and answer as best as I can. So I'll just get started. Sunny Beach is the seaside resort on the Black Sea. It's just on the coast of Bulgaria. It's like the sort of like main Sunny Beach strip is just over 3 miles long, so it goes from St. Vlas right over to Nessebar, and it's all sort of like golden sands, beautiful landscape, gorgeous sea views. It's so pretty. It's a very hot climate in the summertime, with very little rain. I've been over 3 times and I've seen sort of like June, July, August time, and it's all been sort of like high 20s, so 27, 28, even going into 30s, so it's very warm. The first 2 times I went, I didn't see any rain at all. On this occasion we did see the odd shower, like in the afternoon, thunderstorms, but it didn't really get too bad. It didn't impact us. I think there was actually a lot more rain in Sunny Beach. We stayed over in St. Vlas, which is a few kilometers from Sunny Beach, and we just didn't seem to get the extent of rain that they did. Most of the time we stayed in St. Vlas by the pool, so we were very lucky in that sense. When we did get off the plane, it was raining, and we thought, oh no, but by the time we got to our apartment, it was lovely sunshine, beautiful weather, so it was like yay. The currency they use is the Bulgarian levs. It's very cheap. I think I was getting about £1. I was getting 2 levs for every £1, so basically I just doubled it. The first time I went would have been about 8 years ago, something like that, and then the last time prior to that was 4 years. And although it is still very cheap, they are in the EU, but they still have their own currency, so it is still very cheap. But I did myself personally notice a big difference in the price. I think it has gone up a bit. So, but it is probably, compared to your sort of like Canaries, Mallorca, things like that, where they're using the euro, it probably is a huge difference. So that's great. It's definitely nice to have a cheap holiday, and there's huge of budget airlines. The airline we flew in with was Balkan Airlines. We flew straight from Aberdeen right into Burgas Airport, which is about 40 minutes from, like not even that, half an hour from Sunny Beach where we stayed. So it was really fine, nice and close, easy transfers, nothing too complicated. We used a company called Fresh Accommodation for our transfers. We paid about, I think it was £60 for our transfer, and we told them that we needed a car seat, so Olivia got a car seat, so that was perfect. And we just paid the driver on arrival. They had a sign up in the airport when we arrived, so we knew where we were going, and they've been really good. I've used them anytime I've gone to Sunny Beach. A couple of tips that I've learned along the way is obviously your taxis. They can be quite expensive, but what I was advised to do and what I've been doing is settle your fare before you get into the car, because once you if you go onto like a running meter, that's when it becomes really, really expensive. So for instance, if you go up to a taxi driver, just say, you know, what's the fare to, you know, wherever you're going, Nessebar for instance, and they'll tell you a price. We were, I think, 25-30 levs from St. Vlas to Sunny Beach, you know, on the nights we were going home, which works out about £15, so it's not too bad. Obviously if you're good at haggling, you might get them down a bit, but that's just something to bear in mind. You're about 10 minutes away, Sunny Beach to St. Vlas, so that's giving you a bit of an indication on what you should ask if you are going. If you're not using taxis, we just use taxis at night when we're going home, but during the day and like afternoons we used the buses. Now the buses were about £1 to £2 each. £1 to £2. The buses were 1 to 2 levs each. Very, very cheap. Now they are getting a lot busier, I think, because people are realising how cheap they are. The buses are very busy, and we got the bus from St. Vlas right to Sunny Beach, and it was absolutely jam-packed, and it was hot and humid. It wasn't very comfortable to sit in, but I guess for a couple of, what, a pound probably, something like that, it does make a huge difference. There are also seafares. There's little boats that run from St. Vlas to Sunny Beach, from St. Vlas to Nessebar, and obviously it returns and things. We didn't take them this time, but the last time we did, we got the boat from Nessebar to Sunny Beach, and that was quite nice. Obviously it's quite choppy, so it's probably not something you want to do with kids, but if they're a bit older and you feel comfortable doing it, it's a nice way of transporting, and it's a bit of a change from obviously the uncomfortable bus. But as much as the buses are uncomfortable, we continue to use them throughout the trip. So I think that's kind of a rough guide to Sunny Beach. So I'm just going to go into a few points about places we visited. So the first sort of place is Sunny Beach itself, the sort of main strip. It's a couple of miles. It's got a beach that you can sit in front of. Obviously, like most places, you pay for a lounger and a, you know, an umbrella, but again, it's relatively cheap. There's loads. It's a huge beach, and the sea's quite warm. It wasn't roasting, it wasn't freezing, so it's a not too bad a temperature to get in. You could go in and paddle. There's loads of water sports, you know, things like paragliding, and you know, loads and loads of things to do, banana boat. So there's loads and loads to do for any age group. There is also loads of bars and restaurants along the main sort of strip. Some entertainment, there's shops, and the shops can vary from, like, you know, the more expensive shops to your just like little market stalls that are cheap, you know, with paintings and crafts and bags and, you know, you name it, they'll sell it. There's also lots of supermarkets. If you are like we were, we stayed self-catering, so obviously we went to the supermarkets and got bits and pieces for our apartment. There's obviously nightclubs, there's tattoo places, there's strip clubs, you know, it's there. The food is kind of average, you know, you get quite a lot of seafood, obviously. I think there's quite a lot of sushi I saw advertised. There is your main sort of like pizzas, chicken, burgers, you know, all that things as well. The cocktails are really, really nice, and they do quite a lot of happy hours, so if you get cocktails then you get buy one get one free, so that's quite good. You've got the main rides, you know, there's fun fair. I think we even saw a cinema, but obviously we're not going to be using a cinema, but it's there if you need it, and or maybe do get a rainy day. And then there is like the fun fair, the rides. You might see them, you might have seen it in some of our vlogs. Some scary ones, but some nice for the kids and that. There's loads of like parks and like kids play parks, you know, there's lots and lots of things for kids to do, which is really, really good. The takeaways are amazing. There's one right at the end of that we went to, like a kebab place. We used to go there after a night out. Obviously not this time, we didn't get a kebab this time, but they did like the most amazing kebabs. So good. And then obviously you've got like the donuts. Oh my god, I just love a hot freshly donut with chocolate and icing sugar. Oh, it's so good. So yeah, definitely something to try if you're there. And I think that's kind of the main strip. Obviously there's ice cream places. One thing I was going to say about the ice cream is they pay by the weight. So you pay the ice cream by the weight. So we did the mistake of ordering 2 tubs of ice cream with like 2 scoops. So the guy was like, couldn't have gotten any more ice cream on the spoon if he tried. And we actually ended up paying 25 levs, so about £15 for 2 tubs of ice cream, which in all honesty wasn't that great, and probably would have paid less here for like, you know, a local ice cream parlour that probably would have been a lot better. So bear that in mind when you're getting ice cream. They pay by the weight, so share a tub between the 2 of you, because we definitely didn't need 2. So yeah, I think that's sort of like Sunny Beach's main strip gone over. The second thing I want to speak about is the Marina over in St. Vlas. It's about 1.5 kilometres long, quieter location. Quite a lot of families will go there with children. It's got a huge amount of apartments. The marina itself was built by the am I saying this right? It's the Denevi brothers, and they've built all the resorts, including the one that we stayed in, which was a Tara 2, and there's just like huge amounts of apartments right along the coast at St. Vlas, which are all like these Divini groups. And if you do go into one of them, because although my auntie owns her apartment, a lot of them I found that you can rent out, so it's, you know, really nice apartments, you know, basic self-catering apartments, great when you've got families and you've got the, you know, all the pools and that. And actually if you stay in any of them, you can, you know, use the facilities, no problem. There's loads of them with restaurants, really nice restaurants. There's also like in the area a lovely monastery with this beautiful gold roof. It's really nice to see. It's definitely worth to see. And just like you can walk like we walked from our apartment all the way to the marina quite a few times. It is hilly, so I would say that, you know, bear that in mind. It is hilly, but it is a beautiful walk. And then you come onto the beach at the marina. As I say, there is a beach there. There's sun loungers again, so you can hire them out and use them. And then there's more bars and restaurants and nightclubs. Lots of seafood again, amazing puddings and ice cream. There was a place there that we went twice to get puddings because it was just so fine. Again, it's a really nice place. Obviously because it's a marina, there's yachts, there's fancy cars, so it is going to be that bit more expensive. But if you fancied like a really nice treat one of the nights, it's definitely worth a visit. And even just to walk by, you know, you don't have to get food there, but just to walk by and see it is definitely worth it. Number 3 is the village at St. Vlas. So again, we were obviously staying there. We could walk there quite easily. It's just like a huge long road, and there is like, you know, slight diversions of roads, but there's all these like bars and restaurants, shops. There's lots of shops, and it varies again from, you know, market stalls selling paintings and, you know, crafts and things like that. And then there's obviously the more expensive shops like sunglasses, clothes. There was a baby shop, some of you might know about Merola. Never pronounce it, but you know, the Spanish baby company. Olivia's got a few of the clothes. There was one of them there. I did take a peek inside, but I was like, I'm not even gonna let's not. And there's loads and loads of restaurants, varieties of Bulgarian food, of, you know, British food. We ate at a British restaurant there, which was really nice. There's a lovely Chinese right in the market square. We didn't eat there this time, but the last time we did, and it was so fine. Definitely worth a visit if you like Chinese. So yeah, that sort of area is just loads of shops, and it's worth a look if you just fancy a day out or an afternoon. If you've got a bit of a time, it's good to just have a wee wander around all the little shops and just see what you fancy. Again, supermarkets and all that sort of thing. There is some entertainment there, and then there's obviously your like smaller apartments and hotels there as well. Number 4 is Nessebar. Nessebar is an ancient city. It's often referred to as the Pearl of the Black Sea. It's a rich city museum, so there's loads and loads of old buildings, and it's kind of split into two. So there's like the main sort of like ancient buildings, you know, very old buildings and, you know, things to look at, and then the other side's a bit more modern with like shops and things. It's like a big island, but it does, obviously there's a road into it and out now that connects to like some sunny beach, and again obviously you can get the bus there. It's definitely worth a look around. There's shops again. I saw some like really expensive shops like selling, you know, like high fashion clothes, but there's also like really cute market stalls selling toys and paintings and crafts and really nice things. We went there one morning, we got the bus over, had a wander about, we got some lunch, and then we headed back on the bus. But there, obviously because it's like right on the like harbour, there is like loads and loads of seafood, so if you love seafood it's definitely worth a visit, and just to have a wander around all the old buildings. There's a really nice model of it just as you go in. Obviously you can get food, there's restaurants, loads and loads of restaurants. It doesn't have to be seafood. We got a British place again, a British restaurant where we got pizza and, you know, things like that. So yeah, that's it for Nessebar. Definitely worth a visit, and if you are thinking about it, it is quite nice to go on the boat there. That's definitely worth a shot, as I mentioned previously. The last thing I wanted to talk about was the water parks. Now on this occasion we didn't go to the water parks. We did speak about it and we were kind of all set the night before, but we spoke about it and it just didn't seem to make sense for us to go because I'm not really a big water park person. I don't really go down slides that much, and Craig wasn't going to use it either, and obviously Olivia's not going to really get the much benefit out of it. I can't remember the cost of it, but it was going to be like quite expensive, but it is quite good because the two main ones usually do like a free bus service. So if you are going to go to one of the water parks, you'll see the sort of like signs for them at the bus stops, and they usually come and pick you up and they'll take you to it. I did go to one of them when I was first there about 8 years ago. It was really good. There was loads of water parks, you know, there's like lazy rivers, you know, tubing, things like that. You can get food. Really good, obviously, for maybe like older kids. The two main ones are Action Aqua Park at Sunny Beach and the Aqua Paradise at Nessebar. I'm sure it was the Aqua Paradise I went to when I first went, but they seem to be sort of like, I've looked at reviews of both of them, and they kind of seem to be quite similar. I think the Action Aqua Park at Sunny Beach has like animals, like a zoo sort of thing, so that would be good for like kids as well. And I think there are some like smaller ones, which, you know, if you want to have a look into, but we didn't obviously go this time. But you know, you can't beat a water park, especially when you've got kids and they just love it. We just decided that it just wasn't for us this time with Olivia. Yeah, so that is my little travel guide for Sunny Beach. I find Sunny Beach is one of those places that I hear lots of people say, oh, I've heard lots of good things about it, but I've never actually been or considered it. So I just thought it was a nice thing to do a wee little travel guide, show you obviously some of the scenery and give you a wee taste of it and get an idea if you ever fancied it. give you some hints and tips and places to visit. As I say, if you've got any questions, put them down below and I'll try and answer them as best as I can. But I really hope you've liked this video. It's something different. I obviously don't do much travelling, being a new family and budgeting, and obviously we both kind of work full time. So it's obviously not always easy to get away, but I just thought that this would be nice to do. And we had a brilliant holiday. I'm not sure when our next abroad holiday will be, but we will certainly be doing some more in the future, I'm sure. But there'll also be lots of UK holidays, which is always good as well. But I hope you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Are new to this channel, we would love you to subscribe. It's mostly hauls, motherhood, tips, fitness, vlogs, things like that. And we'll see you again next time. Bye!